Genesis means to start something, and these cars have definitely started something that I'm very, very impressed with.
Welcome to Tech in the Car, I'm Oliver, and this is the Genesis GV80. This is the large SUV that Genesis do, and it is a luxury, comfortable, fantastic looking car, which looks very striking in this Cardiff green color. But the thing I want to talk about is a 5-year Genesis care plan, which includes servicing, warranty, breakdown assistance, as well as a courtesy car and software updates over the air. So all of the hassle of owning a car, all of those concerns are taken care of by Genesis if you buy one of their cars. Not just this car, but the entire model range. This has got a massive chrome grille. There's 2 trim levels available, the premium and the luxury line. This is the luxury line. We've got the Genesis badge, which has got the crest, which is represented by the grille. And then we've got the wings, which are represented by the quad front lights here, which they have on all of the Genesis models. And if you don't know anything about Genesis and you haven't seen any of my other videos, then Genesis is a high end of Hyundai. So you've got great reputation behind it. It's been around for a while in the rest of the world, but only launched in the UK in 2021. And now the full selection of cars are available, including an electric GV60, which is coming soon. Let's talk powertrains. This is the 2.5 litre 4-cylinder with 304 horsepower and 422 Newton meters of torque, which puts out an MPG of between 30 and 31 miles per gallon. So considering the size, it's fairly efficient. There's no debating that. And then there's also an inline 6 3-litre diesel version, which puts out 278 horsepower and 588 Newton meters of torque. So there's more torque in the diesel version, but more power in the petrol version. And just like the other models in the Genesis line, there are these struts across the engine bay, which help for rigidity and help with the drive of the car. The alloy wheel designs that Genesis do are fantastic. These are 22-inch wheels. The entry-level premium line comes with 20-inch as standard. They look amazing and they ride fantastically. How much does the GV80 cost? Well, the premium edition in petrol is around £56,715. The luxury line starts at £62,315, and the diesel is £100 more every trim level. So if you want a fully spec version like this car is £71,300 with the innovation pack, with the comfort seat front and second and third row pack, with the Lexicon sound system and the Napa leather interior. With Exchange My Car, they will give you the price that you were quoted as long as you're accurate in your description. They will arrange for somebody to come and collect it on a truck, and they will pay you before you let them leave with a car. You'll get the money first. Plus, you can part exchange if you want to against over 80,000 cars from reputable dealers, and they will even settle your finance for you. And if you have a van, you can also trade it in or sell it to exchangемycar.com. If we carry down the side here, we've got this Genesis double design here, which looks a bit like the lights, also the indicator. One of the cool things I like about this car is it's got soft close. So I do that, and it closes by itself. That's really, really cool. There's a lot of luxury features on this car, which I love, which add to it. On the side design of this car, we've got these big shoulders, and then we've got a different design here. If you remember on the GV70, the chrome trim came like this and then came down here and then up. On this car, it's more traditional in its design. And then we've got our spoiler at the back. It's small relative to the size of the car, but it's massive because this is a big car. And then the tail lights come around the side here, just like on the GV70 and the G70. This is a big car. There's no doubt about it because it's got space for 7 seats in this model, but it actually drives very lightly. It does not feel like a heavy car, which is a really good thing when I get onto the driving in a minute. The back of the GV80, we've got the same familiar design as the GV70. We've got a spoiler on the back. We've got the logo for the company. We've got the fact that it's an all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive car, plus a 2.5 litre petrol engine. We've got a big bumper. We've got 2 big oval exhaust pipes because this is the petrol version. On the diesel, it probably doesn't have them. And we've got the same little button to open the boot as a G70 Shooting Brake and the GV70 SUV, which I will now press to open, and this will open up now. And as I mentioned, this is the 7-seat version, which is £500 more than the 5-seat version. And you can see the extra row of seats back here. There's 727 litres of space with these third row seats down in the back, and there's slightly more in the 5-seat version with over 730 litres. Now, how do you put these seats down? By the way, really nice soft materials, nice scuff plate here, really, really nice. There are buttons. Now, I have to say, this is the one part of the car that I don't like. These are really, really fiddly, these buttons. So I will demonstrate that to you now. So there's 4 buttons here. If I press the button to put these both down, these will now go down automatically. However, if for any reason you need to put the seats a tiny bit up or a tiny bit down. You can't do it. It goes all the way up and all the way down. It's a bit of a pain in the neck. And then you can obviously put this across here and have a nice protective layer to protect the back of the car like that against any dirt or damage. Put your dog in here. So that's really, really good. Lots of space for your dog there. We do have a cup holder back here because there is seating on this side. We also have 2 vents here, so you could actually cool your dog if they're in the back of the car, or I guess if you get your shopping and you want it to be cool, because we've got separate climate zones at the back here. And it's just a very, very spacious back. And there is a tonneau cover as well, stored underneath here, which you can then put in to cover anything in the back so nobody can see. So that is how this works at the back. Like I said, lots of space. I can close it down like this. Automatic tailgates. Who doesn't love an automatic tailgate? I know I do. Let's check out the interior of the Genesis GV80. I love that jingle when you get in, the seats move. This is a fantastic interior. We got leather everywhere. It's quilted, it's comfortable, it's nappa leather, sides of the doors, the dashboard. There's soft touch plastic right at the bottoms in the areas where you normally wouldn't feel. In fact, this is such good quality that I can barely notice anything in here which isn't fantastic to touch. I mean, you don't touch anything which just doesn't feel fantastic in this car. And then we have the Genesis infotainment system, which has got a 14.5-inch display, which has got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, is fantastic to use. And we've got all the latest driving assistance technology, including automatic lane change, which we get with the Genesis Highway Driving Assist, which uses roads that it recognizes to change lanes when you use the indicator. We've got our 3D display in the middle here, which displays all the information, 3D, very, very easy to use. We've got 3 climate zones on here, including the 3rd row at the back. We've got a big jog wheel, a bit different to design on the GV70, but still works really, really well. And then we've got the same beautiful crystalline gear changer, 2 cup holders. We've got a center console that I can put stuff in, which is quite deep. And these seats are fantastic. I love these seats. They're quilted. These are nappa leather, which is an extra option. 12-way adjustments, including the ergo motion function, which is your massage function, which I really love. We've got the Lexicon sound system. And I have to be honest, when I got in this car, I was super impressed by the sound system. The sound system blew me away. I immediately could hear what a good sound system it was. This is just such a nice interior. It's very, very spacious. So this car being an all-wheel drive 4x4, you can go between different modes. So I can go into terrain mode and I can change my settings. So terrain mode is off right now, but if I tap on the settings here, I can go into snow mode for use on snow, ice, wet, slippery roads. I can go into mud mode and I can go into sand mode. And then it will give me live information about the tilt and the angle of my car as I'm driving and our location, etc. And then I can go back over this by pressing the button here to go out of terrain mode and back to our normal settings. How much space do we get in the back of the GV80? Well, I can tell you that this is a very, very comfortable, relaxing place to be. There's no question about it. These seats, nappa leather, quilted, feel fantastic. You can slide them backwards and forwards like this, and the same on the other side as well. They're also fully electric, so I can change the back position. I can also raise and lower the bottom. We've got an electronic blind shade, which comes up out of a little space there, and then it goes back down as well. I love how that goes in there. That's very, very cool. We've got airline style pockets here at the back. We've got our own climate zones back here as well with a screen. You can have heated or cooled, and it will actually blow the air out of either the top or the bottom. We've got 2 USBs down here and a European plug, so you can charge as well. In the back here, we've got this Alcantara headliner, which is amazing. And like all the Genesis models, we can move the seat forwards and backwards using the button on the passenger side as well. This is a fantastic interior. It's very, very comfortable back here. We also have, of course, our slide down here, and we've got pop-out cup holders here. And this is very nice, so you can have an armrest in the back, sitting in your Genesis GV80, just relaxing as you drive around. But what about the back? Because obviously we have seats in the back. How much space is there? Well, there's a button down here. You press that, this will come forward. and it will go down. I'm sitting now in the back of the GV80 in the 6th and 7th seats in this 7-seat version, which is £500 more than the 5-seat version. As you can see, it's quite cramped back here. If you have little children, I'm sure they would be fine. If I put these seats back, there is not a lot of room at all. However, while I'm back here, we've got an armrest, we've got 2 cup holders, we've got the sound system, and we've got air vents as well. Although I can't adjust the air vents back here other than their position, it is nice to have all these amenities back here, but it is rather cramped, and I think I wouldn't bother with this. I'll just keep it with a 5-seater and use the extra boot space back there. Driving the Genesis GV80. This car, as I mentioned before, comes with a Genesis Care Plan, which is a 5-year plan which includes servicing, warranty, courtesy car, breakdown assistance, and also software updates. It's a really compelling package which Genesis includes with every car that they sell. I mean, you never have to worry about those little things in life which frustrate you when you have a car and ownership, such as servicing costs and having a replacement car when that servicing happens. This car inside feels every bit like a £70,000 car, except for it doesn't start at £70,000. It starts at £56,000, just above that for the petrol version. So you get all of this comfort inside for that price, and it is a fantastic interior. We've got a heated steering wheel, which I'll turn off. We've got the great driver assistance technology, such as it beeping to let me know when the car in front is moving. We've got this fantastic display. We've got the 3D driver displays. We've got everything we want in this car. Driving down a normal road, or any road, this is obviously a city road, 22-inch wheels definitely handle all of the bumps really happily. There's no issues at all with it. It goes over them like they're not there. And that's, you know, really impressive considering the size of those wheels. Generally speaking, you tend to think that the bigger the wheels, the worse the ride quality is. I wouldn't say that's the case here. This is very comfortable. Now, I do have to say that I do think the GV70 felt to me slightly better, but the wheels on that were also slightly smaller. So I think maybe if you put that up to 22-inch wheels, not that that's an option, it would probably feel the same. It is a very comfortable ride, very relaxed, very smooth to drive. It's not in any way a heavy car despite the size of it. The steering is fairly light, which means that going around corners, it's actually very easy to oversteer, go around corners, because you put too much correction onto it, you don't need it. It actually is very responsive, so that takes a tiny bit of getting used to, but you will get used to it. It's just a very comfortable car. This steering wheel feels really nice. As I mentioned, we've got adaptive cruise control, we've got lane assist, we've got the highway drive assist from Genesis, which is also automatically able to change lanes if you indicate on motorways, which is really very sophisticated and is very rare on cars right now. Then you add in these multiple climate zones, the fact that we can have this as a 7-seater with another row back there, although it is a bit cramped back there. It's just a very nice car to be. You know, this is a luxury SUV, and I think it very much competes with everything else that's on the market, as long as this is not looking to be a sporty SUV, because I don't think it's that, and this is obviously the luxury line, not the premium line. So as long as you're not looking for a sporty SUV, this car is something worth considering, because there's no other car that you can get in this price range that has a value proposition which includes servicing, which includes the warranty, which includes breakdown assistance for 5 years. This is a unique car in that respect. Plus, it doesn't break the bank, and it looks a lot more expensive than it actually is. It definitely does. It's a very eye-catching car. What's my tech in the car score for this Genesis GV80? Well, for driving assistance, for technology, it gets 5 out of 5. For comfort, 5 out of 5. For connectivity, you've got the app, you've got the ability to see what's going on your phone, 5 out of 5. For economy, 3 out of 5 for the diesel version, get 2 for the petrol. Although this is actually a very economical car, considering how big it still is an electric or a hybrid.
For parking, this gets 5 out of 5 because the GV80 can even be parked remotely using the key fob, which is a fantastic feature that I absolutely love. Along with the amazing 360 camera, this car is super easy to park.
For value, I give it 3 out of 5. The GV70 has all the same technology, but it's less. So it's not quite as good value as that. But overall, this is a fantastic car. And if you're looking for a large SUV plus a Genesis Care Plan, you should definitely check one of these out. Please give this video a like, subscribe for more on the channel, and I'll see you soon.